Hi everyone! I'm so pleased to share with all of you my patch from my studies in electronic music using pure data. So today's patch is part of a series that I'm working on whilst developing my knowledge and skills in electronic music, which is called Waterworks. As the name implies, Waterworks is basically an exploration of water or water-like sounds. And this is Waterworks 2. It is quite different from Waterworks 1. As it has another whole different reasoning other than just merely exploration. I personally view water as an element of life itself. We need water every day, even our bodies consist mostly of water. So in this patch, Waterworks 2, this is my what if scenario. What if the water element is all gone, and what would be left of life itself? Now I'd like to start with these three patches on the bottom. We name these RECPLAY patches. Here we have lots of different buttons doing different actions and some green texts indicating the status of each patch. I will be using these patches to perform a playback system for my three materials in the piece. I have pull.wave, gulp.wave, and flow.wave. These three are from the sounds of my own recordings. It's from the fish pond. It's my own sound when I'm drinking water, and also from the water flowing down from the dispenser. So I recorded these materials using a different device, which is my handphone, imported it to my computer and to this pure data software. These patches hold interesting features other than playing back recorded audio. We can also record a new audio file through this patch. We first select a save slot file, let's say it's for number 20. I remember it is empty. And we give this slot file a new name, for example, hello. And start to record. We start recording using this toggle over here, the orange toggle. The record indicator will flash while the orange record toggle is still on. So this RECPLAY patch currently holds 20 save slots. But if we need more, it's nothing to be worried about because we can open and load files from outside the save slots in this patch using these yellow buttons. Also, we can add the save slots by configuring the subpatches to hold more save slots. For example, if you want 30, 40, or even 100, you can do that. Moving on, the playback function of these patches can manipulate our material in various ways. Firstly, we can set the start and end points of our playback using these green sliders over here. The second one is that we can set the speed of our playback, be it forward or backward, using positive and negative numbers respectively. The third one is that we can manipulate the panning of our playback. It is currently set to stereo panning, so this means left and that one means right. And the fourth one, we can manipulate the volume of our playback using this slider over here. And here in the radio, we have three options as to where we send our playback through. The first one is through bypass, which means it will not be processed to other patches and go straight to our master output patch. The second one is reverb, which means it will be sent directly to our reverb patch over here, then to the master output. Or the third one is granular, which means it will be sent to this interactive patch over here, then to the reverb patch, and then to the master output patch. Our second patch is called the interactive patch. Here we have a whole different set of buttons and sliders to control, and we can see a neat display of our partials, which will reconstruct our audio file. We have presets to choose from, and this patch is currently set to 4 save slots, but we can always make more, just like in the previous patch. In our presets, we can control the details of each partials here. This patch shows 9 partials. Each of them has controls for volume, panning, transposition, and delay. We can save them as how we like it and save it using this right button here, and then we can recall it using the button above it, the recall button. Next, we have transposition, normalization, and windowing, which can be controlled using these sliders, and these 3 factors manipulate the spectrum and the frequency of our partials. So our patch may sound the same or completely different from our original material, completely depending on how we like it. And here we have two buttons for randomizing specialization and delay. And here we can set the maximum delay of each of our partials, and then once we trigger the randomize button, the delay will be randomized all through the partials. So the 9 partials will all have different delay time in millisecond, and that will create an interesting effect with all the panning and all the configurations over here. And also from the specialization randomize button, we can trigger the randomization for panning. So the 9 partials will all have random pannings, and it will create a different unique texture to our music. The third patch here is for master output and reverberation. We also have 4 save slots over here, and we can name these slots just like the previous patches. The recall and write buttons also functions the same way. Here are 5 sliders for configuring room size, damping, width, wetness, and dryness of our reverb patch. And this slider over here controls the master volume, so all audio input will be delivered here in this master output patch and controlled by this one slider. In the displays over here, we can see each of our 9 partials and also an array displaying our master output. We have put an algorithm here that makes these objects change color from yellow to red according to the amplitude. It really helps when you have these visual indicators because it helps to avoid clipping. Also here we have a big bang button for recording to file and another for starting our system without recording. So if you want to record, you would want to first name the file so it can be sent to the appropriate objects, and then start the recording using the black button. If you don't want to record and just want to start the system, we can just push the red button instead. And lastly, these objects may seem overwhelming because it looks so complicated, but there is a nifty way to completely automate this piece and make a score for electronic music. That is through the QLIST object over here. In the sub-patches, you can see receive objects like these, using predetermined codenames that don't interfere with other objects. Here is my example of codenames, but you can always make your own. Then, we can start writing the score for our patch using any text editor software in the format of milliseconds, codenames, and numbers to trigger these patches. This function saved me a lot of hassle, although it looks like a ton of work. It is always rewarding at the end because the computer does the job for you. So everyone, that has been an explanation of Waterworks II, my patch for electronic music. I will now demonstrate the piece, and I hope you can enjoy it as much as I did making them. See you in another video. Cheers!